Hello my crafty friends, it's Terry from Vig's Test Creates back with another crafty Tonic Studios video for you. So just as a reminder, in part one of the video I created these two projects. So the kit is actually designed to produce this Serendipitous purse little gift box, which I think is really cute and adorable. And I also used the kit to make this lovely shaker card. So if you haven't watched part one of the video, I'll put a link up here now, which also shows the unboxing. So you might want to go back and watch that first and then watch this video. Or you could just watch this video and then go back and watch the previous one. I'll put the link in the description box below. So for today's video, I'm going to make another one of these Serendipitous purse gift boxes, but I'm going to do it slightly differently. And I'm going to make two cards. So one of them is going to be using the lovely mixed media products. We're going to be using the mica mist spray. And the other one is going to be using one of my sort of tried and true techniques that I like to use, which is using paper scraps. So I've got out here my splatter box. So I'm gonna have to stand up for this. And as you can see, that's where we put in things that we want to be splattered. So I've cut down this little panel to 4 by 5 1/4 inches, so that can go be matted then onto an A2 size card. So I'm giving my mica mist in, what's the colour, Midnight Horizon, a good shake up. Yeah, I want it to be full of mica, and it's really nice how you can see all the different like the big blobs and the smaller blobs and the tiny little blobs. I'm going to put this over to one side to dry and then come back to you in a short while when I've cut all the components for the Serendipitous purse. Okay my friends, so here we are with all of the components cut out for the gift box. So it's a completely different colour scheme to last time. I've gone for the lovely, I believe it's denim blue, Craft Perfect, which again, it's not that strong, but it's enough, especially with the layers, considering it's not going to be holding really heavy things. If you were planning on putting something small but very heavy in here, I would suggest using a higher weight, because this is just 216 GSM, but for our purposes I think it's fine. So I've done all the scoring, which was literally just folding over. I didn't bother reinforcing it with a bone folder because of the cardstock being not that thick. So the construction is really easy for this, so I'm going to do that live with you. And also, since making my first video, one of you, I think it was Christine, let me know a better way of assembling the base so that these are hidden. So we're going to do that this time. So thanks for that, Christine. It's always good to sort of be able to do things that sort of the best possible way, really. And this way you don't get to see these little things when you look down into the box when it's open. So let's just make sure it's all lined up. Yep, there we go. And I will give this a little burnish because that just gets the glue sticking into the paper fibres, which is what we want. So the tip was to put, so if we put that there, then you can see that when you look down, you just see that lovely bottom there. And then to put some glue. I mean, I've put double-sided tape on here, but I could have just as easily used glue. So put glue on these tabs. Fold those down on top. And then you can push from inside to get that to grab on. But I mean, Cosmic Shimmer glue is great. It's one of the reasons I love it, is that it just does grab hold very quickly. Okay, so I'm going to put a bit more glue around here as well. I often tend to double up with my glue and my double-sided adhesive just to give that extra strength. Apologies if you can hear the sound of my fan in the background, but it's really necessary. It's so hot in my part of the UK today. It's really hot, and I don't cope well in the heat. I went out in the garden to put the sheets on the line, and it was just horrendous. And I had the window open, and some inconsiderate persons playing some music in either in a house or a car with the bass pumping really loud. So I thought you'd rather have the sound of a fan than someone using their having their bass music up really high. Now, before I stuck this together, what would have been a better thing to do would have been to do my gluing first, but I didn't, so oh well. So I used I'll show you which dies I've used. I've used this outer cutting die just to cut this out of this gorgeous aubergine coloured cardstock, and then I used that die in conjunction with the floral one to using the lovely iridescent mirror card to go over the top for both the front and the back. And then I've used the little Just For You die in the blue cardstock, and I'm going to stick that on the front. So, and then I've cut the little side panels. I haven't bothered cutting little backing panels for them because I didn't think it needed it really. I think they're intricate and pretty enough. So I'm just going to do that bit of gluing and then come back in a moment when it's finished. Okay, my friends, so we're back. I just wanted to show you, I don't think it showed up as well in the last box, but the embossing detail into the top panels is so pretty. It's really gorgeous. And likewise, I've used the same tag, the For You, and just backed it onto the denim blue. And it's got these lovely embossed stars, which I guess you can't see as well as on this one because it's textured card, but you can just about see it. But on the metallic card, it's really lovely, just like really lovely little added extras. And then I've just got to the point, obviously, where I am going to finish off the box and attach it. So just in case you didn't watch the first video, if you attach these, if you put double-sided tape or glue on these and attach them all like this, like so, then there is only a very small area for you to put your items into, which is fine. It might be fine for you depending on what you're putting in there, but if you want the flexibility of being able to use it for bigger things, so for example if you wanted to put 3 pots of glitter in there and give it to a crafty friend, then you'd want it fully open. So, and the effect is just as nice leaving it like that. So all you do is make sure all these bits are in here. You push those 2 tabs through there. It's quite a snug fit, but it's meant to be. Try and avoid this happening, but that's fine. You can see how I just fixed that. Try and take more care with the next time. Are we all in? Are we all on board? Yep, we are. I haven't scored that, so that needs scoring. And there we go. So that is our completed box. Now you don't have to make a tag for it. You know, it's lovely just as it is, and it already says on the front I've put Just For You. But I do think, you know, we've got the tags provided in the kit, and it is a nice sort of added extra to add on there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just wondering why that is. It seems a bit... That's better. It seemed like it was a bit too far down, like it was showing the sides too much. So I've got this pack of what is it? It's embroidery thread, 6-ply cotton and polyester blend, and I thought that this colour would look really nice. So I'm just going to put some of this through the little tag. I bought a couple of multi-packs. I was on, I can't remember what website it was, but they had loads of stuff really cheap, and I think that this pack was like only like a couple of quid or something. So I got a couple. I got this one and one in another colour. Okay, I think that'll be long enough. Scissors. Okay, move that to one side. So I do want, yeah, I need both of them to go through at the same time, really, don't I? But there we go. So that looks quite cute for you, and then it's got obviously just for you there. And then if it flips over, it matches perfectly. Right. So that's our first project completed. For our next project, this is the panel that I sprayed the lovely mica mist onto, and it looks really nice and shiny. It's a little bit bowed, but that'll be fine once it's glued down. I also cut out another one of these intricate panels because my thinking is that it would be really lovely to use, because I said I wanted to do mixed media, so I want to use the glimmer paste through this, and then I might use, depending how it turns out, I might use the actual stencil as another panel. I might need to add a bit more glimmer paste. Use my handy dandy messy mat that I got from Craft Stash. This is great for any of your mixed media type projects, because it's wipeable. If things dry in it, you can pick them off. It's heat resistant. It's really good. Okay, so I'm going to use a really small spatula for this. I'm just opening this with my pokey tool that isn't my best pokey tool, if you know what I mean. I'm sure you've probably got one the same. And this stuff dries solid as a rock, so you want to be cleaning it off things as quickly as you possibly can. Now that is way too much because I need to be quite careful with this. Probably should have masked off all around the edges, but hindsight is a wonderful thing. This stuff is just sort of mainly glitter and glue. It's like a glittery glue mixture, and it leaves the most beautiful effect. And I say this is a gorgeous colour, and I haven't used it yet. I've got some in Moonstone, which is like the white one, where the glitter sort of like is iridescent, and it's beautiful. Just checking every area has got some product on it, and that it's quite smooth. Okay, right, I think I'm quite happy with that. Close that, and then I'm immediately going to wipe this with a baby wipe, because I say it does dry solid. So the moment of truth, the reveal. Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? So obviously we just want to try and shift the stencil as little as possible, which I think we've achieved there. Oh, that looks pretty. I'm not going to keep this, I'm just going to chuck it. But I'm very happy with that. So obviously we need to wait for this to dry and harden off, which is fine. So I shall see you back in a moment where we will make the second card using strips. Okay, my lovelies, so for the second card, as I said earlier, we're going to be using one of my tried and true favourite techniques, whereby we build up a lovely background using strips of leftover card. And I think this is such a lovely thing to do, A, to use up scraps, and B, to showcase the really lovely papers and cards that are included in the kit. So I've got here just a thin piece of paper cut to 4 inches by 5 1/4. So I'll be putting this on an A2 card, and I'm just going to put a bit of glue on the corner here to start with. So this is one of the ways of doing it. In one of my recent Tonic videos, which I'll put a link to in the description box, where I used double-sided adhesive. Obviously that's like a mess-free really sort of way of achieving this result. However, it is more expensive, and not everybody has double-sided adhesive, so I thought today I would use glue. So I'm not going to show you all of the process, obviously, because it's very easy. Many of you will have done this before, but many of you will have not have heard of it, and which is why I do like to do this technique, to sort of show you what can be achieved, because you can get some really beautiful results. You can use scraps of all different sizes, and you can obviously do it in patterns. You could do sort of up to here that way and then go that way from there, or you could do directly across the page, but I really like doing it diagonally because it's quite forgiving, to be honest, doing it that way. That's used up all the bits of glue on there so far, so I'll put a bit more down. And then I will turn the camera off and come back when this is complete. It might be that I actually decide to use probably maybe a larger stamp or die from my stash. Obviously I always try and use as many products from the kit as I can, you know, in order to showcase that, because that's what these videos are about. But you know, I try, if there's like basic things that we have in our stash as crafters, like a happy birthday sentiment stamp or die, you know, I think it's fine to use stuff like that. I just wouldn't want to be doing using like specialist products that not everyone would have, because I want these videos to be as accessible as possible to everyone that chooses to watch them. So thinking of you guys, and it's so fun and relaxing doing this as well, and just like picking the colours, and it's just lovely. It really is. So I mean, we're a quarter of the way there already. I always do stuff like this on this messy glue board, and this is just a cheap plastic chopping board that I got from the pound shop. So again, that's another handy tip for you that I'd really recommend. Get yourself something to glue on rather than gluing onto your cutting mat. So I'll see you back shortly once this is finished. Okay, my friends, so here we are with the final 2 finished cards. So this one, I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. I matted the lovely panel onto some of the aubergine purple Craft Perfect card. The stencil designs turned out really lovely. I did cheat a little bit, and I've used 2 sentiment strips from Tonic Studios. I think a lot of people will be familiar with the long strip dies that they have with lots of different words on. So I used the Enjoy Today, and obviously that's the perfect centerpiece for a sentiment. So I chose a little simple happy birthday stamp from my stash, and then finished it off with adding a few of the sequins included in the kit and the beautiful metallic blue Nouveau drops. And then the next card, which is the panel that you saw me starting off to create with the strips. You can see just how effective it is. I mean, I just think every time I do a card like this, no matter what colours you use, whether you think that the colours will go together or not, it always ends up turning out really nice. So I trimmed that panel down a bit, and then I used a bit of black card from my stash. And again, this is another A2 size card. And for this, I felt like I wanted a big, bold happy birthday sentiment, which obviously there wasn't one in the kit. So again, I cheated a little bit and I used this one, again from Tonic Studios, which they're lovely large ones. And they've got this detail like where you can put like ribbon through it. It's the first time I'd used it, but it's really effective. It comes with all the 3 different layers, and instead of using ribbon, I decided to use a strip of that lovely rose gold copper patterned card, and just finished it off with a few different size Nouveau drops. So here we have the 2 completed cards and the lovely little gift box. And I'm really pleased with all these 3 makes, and they didn't take that long at all, actually, only a couple of hours all told. So I hope you've enjoyed the video too, and that you like my makes. It'd be lovely to hear your feedback in the comments. So feel free to leave me any comments or ask any questions if anything wasn't clear enough for you. And as always, take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see and speak to you again soon with some more crafty goodness. I wonder what next month's Tonic craft kit's going to be. I haven't seen the preview yet. I don't think it's out. So that's exciting. So yeah, bye for now. See you soon.